Hi, everyone. I'm Allison Lightfoot, and I'm the Public Services Librarian here at CBC. And today I just want to share with you some things about the library and some ways that we can help you be successful during your time as a student here at CBC. I'll just tell you a little bit about myself first. I've worked here for 5 years, and I was actually a student here my first 2 years of college. So I've been exactly where you're at, and I'm just so excited to share with you some of the things that I think will help you during your journey here at CBC. So I'm going to share my screen and take you to the library website, which is where we'll be for most of the time. Um, I encourage you to pay attention because as part of today's session, you'll be doing a virtual scavenger hunt, which your instructor should be sharing with you. But everything on the scavenger hunt will be things that we talk about today. So let me share my screen with you. All right, so this is the library homepage. You can get here by just going to library.cbc.edu. Also, if you go to my CBC, like where you go to get on Canvas, there's also a link there that will take you straight to the library website. So I'm just going to go over a few things here on the home page. So right here is this need help icon. If you're ever needing to talk with me or our library director, Miss Rachel, you can click here, and this is going to give you a few options on how to reach us. Of course, you can always come by one of our offices. We are located in the library office suite. So when you come through the front doors of the library, directly to your left, that's where our offices are. And we are here 7:30 to 5. One of us is here Monday through Thursday, and 7:30 to 4 on Fridays. So feel free to stop by and visit with us, but you can also call us, text us, or chat with us. Now, the chat is off right now because I'm the one who runs the chat and I had to turn it off to do this recording. But if I were logged on, there would just be a box here and you could chat with me. Now, with all of these options, just keep in mind that the response time may not be immediate. We answer as soon as we can, but just remember that sometimes we might be in a meeting or talking with someone else, but we will get back with you as soon as we can. Another option is to schedule an appointment with me or Miss Rachel. So if you have an assignment due and you want a little one-on-one help to get started with research, or you just want a little more time with one of us, you can schedule an appointment. And right now, I'm the only one taking appointments, but you would click on my name, and then here are the options. You just pick a day and time, and then you would fill out a little form, and I would get an email with your time that you're going to come and meet with me. So we love helping you. So don't feel nervous to come visit with one of us or contact us, because we're here to help and we really enjoy helping you. So those are all the different ways that you can reach us. All right, going back to the home page. Over here on the right are the library hours. You just click here if you need to know when we're open. We'll also post special hours here, like if we're going to be closed for a holiday. So if you ever just need to know what time we'll be open, you can go here. Also, you can reserve one of the rooms here in the library. So we have a classroom and two smaller conference rooms. And if you ever need to have a group meeting, or maybe devotional, or if you're in a sport, anything like that where you need a room, you can go here and reserve one of the library rooms. So you would just click here to reserve a room, and then you can pick what size room you need, and it's going to show you days and times that it's available. And then we get an email and we can put it on the calendar for you so that it's available for you when you're ready. Also, in the library, we have the testing center. So if you ever miss a test in one of your classes, your instructor can schedule your makeup exam with us in the library. But you also have to make an appointment with one of us to take that exam. So you can do that right here. It just gives you some information on our hours and policies, but then you can just email me or Miss Rachel to make that appointment to come take your test. So keep that in mind if you ever have to make up an exam, especially if you're an athlete. A lot of times you will have to make up exams because you're traveling for sports. All right, back to the home page. These are a few just little helpful links that we think you may use the most as a student. And I just want to go through those real quick. If you're off campus, you still have full access to everything that the library has to offer on campus. You just have to log in to access some of those things. So if you're off campus and you're prompted to log in, you are just going to use your CBC email and password that you would use to log onto a computer here on campus. It should be the same as Canvas unless you've changed it. But I just wanted to let you know that. So if you're asked to log in, just use your CBC username and password. Another thing is we have the option to borrow from other libraries. So if you're looking for something here in the library, like a book or an article, and you can't find it, it's very likely that we can get it from another library. And there's two options to do that. One is interlibrary loan, and that's where we request it from another library and they send it to us. The other option is to get an ArcLink card, and this is just for college students in Arkansas. And if you get an ArcLink card, then you can go to any other college or university in Arkansas and check out books from their library. So both of these are really useful tools. It is going to be a little bit limited right now because of COVID-19, but just come talk to me if you're having trouble finding something, and I'll try to find a way to get it for you. Also, this borrow technology equipment, a lot of people don't realize that we don't just lend books, but we also lend a lot of technology. And if you click here, you can see all of the different things that we have to borrow. We have audio visual equipment, cameras, chargers and cables, laptops and accessories, tablets, and virtual reality glasses. So if you need any technology for your classes, please come visit us because we have a lot to offer. One thing I have not been able to add to this page yet because we just got them are webcams. So if you need a webcam for one of your Zoom classes, you can check one out and use it here in the library. And you can either attach it to one of the computers we have here, or you can attach it to your laptop if your laptop doesn't have a camera. But we also have some private study rooms upstairs in the library, and you could hook it up to a computer in there and have a little more privacy to do your classes. And then we also have some group study rooms. So if you have a group project that you need a little more privacy, you can use one of those, and you just go to the front desk and check out a room key, and you can use that as well. So also in those group rooms, we have TVs, and you can check out an Apple TV and use it. So then you could like connect your laptop and have a bigger screen to share with your group. All right, back to the home page. This is just some basic information about checking out materials. If you want to check out a book or technology or anything like that, you just need your student ID. And it's free to check out anything. We don't charge overdue or late fines, but at the end of the semester, we request everything back. And if you don't return something at the end of the semester, you will get charged through the business office and we'll put a hold on your account. So don't worry about, oh, I'm a week late on this book or whatever. We're not going to charge you for that, but just make sure that you get everything back to us before you leave for the end of the semester. All right, back to the home page. This last little bit is just some research tools, and this is just some basics to help you if you are starting a research project. We have a lot of guides that can help you. This is just some information about how to do research. We have citation guides to help you when you're writing papers, and then we have some video tutorials. But again, if you need help with any of this or have any questions, just come visit me or Miss Rachel and we'll be happy to help you. All right, so let's go back to the home page. So I talked a little bit about articles, and I want to show you now how you can find an article if you are doing a paper or a project. So in the past, journal articles were literally like a book with articles in it, and you had to go and look for articles in a physical journal or magazine or whatever. But now all of that is online, and so you have access to way more information than people did in the past, and also searching for it is much simpler. But I want to show you kind of how it works because it's a little different than just doing a Google search. When you do a Google search, Google kind of thinks for you. You can type in a whole sentence, ask Google a question, and you might find an answer. But with journal articles, searching our databases, you have to be a little more specific and limit your terms. So I just want to kind of give you an overview of how this works. The more you use it, the better you will get at it. And then by the time you're a senior, you'll be a pro and you will be doing all of this without any trouble. But I just want to show you how to get started. And again, come ask me if you need any help. So if you click on Story Search right here, it's going to give you a few different options. You can search databases by subject of study, databases by title, or you can search all ProQuest databases or all EBSCO host databases. So we have these two different hosts. If you search ProQuest, you're going to get different stuff than in EBSCO and vice versa. So start with one. If you can't find what you're looking for, go to the other one. And between the two, you should be able to find what you need. And again, if you're having problems, just come see me. But I just want to show you databases by subject of study. So I've just kind of organized all the different databases into our different areas of study. So let's say you're looking for some business journals. You can click on business, and this is going to tell you the main business databases that you can search. This is helpful if you're looking for something very specific and you don't want to have to weed through a bunch of results. So you don't have to search this way, but this is just an option if you're looking for something very specific. The main way that people are going to search is just search all, but I just wanted you to be aware of that as you get further along into your degree. It could become helpful. So let's just start with ProQuest so that you can see how it looks. So if you go to search all in ProQuest, there's a few things you want to do. First, you want to click full text. If you don't click full text, it's going to show you a lot of results, and it may be things that we don't actually own access to. So by clicking full text, you're going to limit it to things you can actually read. Another option is peer-reviewed. Now, peer-reviewed is synonymous with scholarly. Sometimes your professor might tell you that you need to use a peer-reviewed or a scholarly journal. If they say that, then you'll want to click that. This just means that it can be for sure trusted. It means that experts in the field of study have reviewed the article and the information, and they agree with it. So if you're just going to search for a basic term, you can just do that here. So I just like to search for Disney because I love Disney and it makes me happy. So if you search for Disney, we get right over 21,000 results. So it's going to show you over here where those results come from. So most of them are from scholarly journals because we did click peer-reviewed, so that's good. And then we have a few magazines and papers and other sources. As you see, this first one is not in English, so there's an option to narrow it down by language over here on the side if you want to. You can also choose a date range. So right here, we're seeing things all the way back to 1933. But if you just wanted current things, then you can change that and update it. And that's going to narrow your results. You can choose subjects. So maybe you only want things about Disney motion pictures. Then you would click motion pictures, and that's going to show you only things that have both Disney and motion pictures in the results. A lot of different things that you can limit your search by. So don't get overwhelmed when you see 21,000 results, because you see I just narrowed it down to 636. So anyway, once you find your results, then you can click on it, click on the one you want to look at. And it's going to give you an abstract. So that's basically a summary of what the article's about. I always read an abstract first because, as you see, this is about 13 pages long, and I don't want to sit and read 13 pages if it's not something that relates to my research. So I always read the abstract, and then if that sounds like what I'm looking for, then I'll go ahead and read the whole article. If you decide to read the article, there's a few options. In this article, we have the full text right here. You can just read it right here on the screen. But you also can read it in PDF, as you can see here. And this is how it actually would look in the journal. Over here, you have the options to download it, to email it to yourself, or to print it. If you go to all options, you have where you can save it to Google Drive or your OneDrive. So you have lots of different options on how to save this once you find it. And one of the coolest things about using an online database is this cite feature. So everyone see this right here, cite. If you click on cite, you can put in the citation style that you're using for your paper. So you have Chicago, APA, MLA. These are your most popular ones. Turabian. If you click the style that you are using for your paper, it gives you the citation to use in your works cited or reference page at the end of your paper. So then you can just copy and paste it into your works cited page. And this is an amazing tool. You still want to make sure your formatting is right and everything in your paper, but this is all the information you will need, and it saves you a lot of time and a lot of work. So I highly recommend you use that. Also, if you choose to email the article to yourself, you can click right here on include bibliographic citations at the end. And then again, you choose your citation style. And when you email it to yourself, it's going to include that citation in your email, just like I showed you. So you'll have the article and the citation all in one place. Very, very, very helpful. And I highly encourage you to use it. All right, so that's kind of how ProQuest looks. Now you can get into advanced searches where you have multiple terms and you have all these different ways that you can narrow it. Like I said, you're just going to have to play around with it and start practicing. But just remember, you need to search for terms or authors, but don't just put in a whole sentence or phrase, or you're going to get tons of results that are not what you're looking for. All right, so let's go back to the library homepage and back into story search. So we just looked at ProQuest. Now I want to show you EBSCOhost. It works in the same way, it just looks different. And I just want you to see the differences so that when you start using them, you'll be familiar with it. It's thinking. While I'm waiting for that to load, we also have ebooks, and the ebooks are within ProQuest and EBSCOhost as well. So you can go to the Find eBooks right here to look for ebooks, but there's also, when you do a search in ProQuest or EBSCO, you could limit it to ebooks. Like I showed you how it had where you could limit it to scholarly journals or magazines. You can just limit it to ebooks, and it's going to bring up only ebooks. I don't know why this is being slow. It's normally very fast. Okay, well, while we're waiting on that to load, I'm going to go ahead and show you the next thing on the website. So the story search is for articles, ebooks, electronic resources. Oh wait, I think it loaded now. Okay, so this is what EBSCOhost looks like when you first load it. Now you can choose to just search in one of the databases in EBSCOhost, or you can do select all and it'll search all of them at one time. So we're going to do a search in all. So you do select all and then continue. It's thinking again. Okay, while this is loading, so like I was saying, story search is for articles, ebooks, and electronic resources. But if you're wanting to look for a book, a physical book that we have here in the library, or a DVD or CD or anything that would actually be in the library, you have to go to the library catalog. And we have two different links, one if you're on campus and one if you're off campus. They're the same, it just, because of the firewall, you have to choose which one you're at. So anyway, we'll do on campus because I'm on campus. And when it gets here, this is where you'll search for a book. So you could search for the title of the book, the author, or just a term. So I'm not really sure if we have books on Disney, but we'll try because that's what we were using before. So we have one actual book that has Disney in it. All of these others are websites, like you see, view site. Oh, there's another book. Anyway, over here you can limit it. So we'll limit to just books. And we have 7. So this is the title, the author. says it's available, and this is where you would find the book on the shelf. So all of our books are upstairs, and we use the Dewey Decimal System, and this is called a call number, and that is how we know where the book is at. So it goes from 0 up through the 900s. It's in numerical order and then in alphabetical numerical order. If you need to find a book, just go to the information desk, have the call number and title, and one of the student workers can help you find it. If no one's at the desk, just come to me or Miss Rachel and we can help you find it as well. If you click on the title, it's going to give you a little more information. It's going to have some subjects. It's going to have information about the publisher, also the length of the book. I know sometimes professors require that you use books of a certain length. I know that some of Dr. Fender's classes, he requires books to be, I think, 300 pages or more if it's for a book review or things like that. So this is a way to quickly see how long the book is before you go try to find it. So pretty simple on how to find a book. And like I said, just ask for help whenever you get ready to look for a book. Okay, let's go back to EBSCOhost. It looks like it's loaded now. And you see here, there's a bunch of different ways you can limit your search if you choose to do so. The only thing that I would say is really, really important is clicking full text. Because again, if you don't click full text, you're going to get a lot of results for things that we don't own. So let's just do a search for Disney again. Maybe it won't take forever to load. It's not usually this slow. I don't know what the deal is today. This is more of the advanced search side. You could do a basic search where you would just put in the keyword, kind of like we saw in ProQuest when we did that first search. But this just defaults to the advanced search when you do the select all, like I showed you. But just know that you could do a basic search. Well, this is being super slow still. I don't want to spend too much time sitting here. So let's go back to the home page of the library, library.cbc.edu. This right here, this Mango, is a free, well, you have free access to it as a student. It is if you want to learn a new language. You can go there and just put in a call my zip code. I think any Arkansas zip code will work, but since you're a CBC student, you can use a call my zip code and you can start learning a new language, which I think is really cool. I've started learning Spanish a little bit, but I don't practice enough, so I'm not very good. Up here on the top are some tabs. This student tab, if you just want a quick reference to some of the things that I went over, this is a good place to go. We have this Writing Center page. You can go to it, and it has all these different tabs with information about writing. So if you're writing a paper, this is a good place to start. And then all the different links to the things on the home page. Also, this course and subject guides. We have guides, which are basically just pages that have information to help you in different classes. So sometimes your teacher may send you here for one of your classes. Also, just a fun thing I'll show you is the Ronald B. Mitchell Archives, which is located in the library. we have all of the yearbooks online now. This is a project that I just finished in the spring and I'm really excited about it. So if you ever want to look at any of the old yearbooks, you can come here. We have from 1954 to 2018, and you just click on one and it'll take you to the digital copy of it and you can look at the yearbook right here. So that's just a little fun thing I wanted to share. Let's see what else. If you hover over about the library, this is just some little quick links to get to different things that I've already shown you. Let's go back to EBSCO and see if it's working now. It is still being very slow. Okay, well, we got 127,000 results. And as you see over here on the side, you can limit it just like I showed you in ProQuest. Date, source type, all these different things. You can limit your search to make it less and less results. This is an ebook, so you know, I told you before you could do a general search, and it would also bring up ebooks. So I'll just show you this real quick because I wanted to show you ebooks anyway. If you find an ebook you want to read, you can read it here in the browser, the whole book. And you can save certain pages or email pages to yourself. So say that you found a couple of pages in the book that you want to use as a source. You could just save those pages or email them to yourself rather than saving the whole book. And then it also has the cite feature that I was telling you about in ProQuest. I don't know why this isn't loading, but anyway, here you would just find the citation style you're using, like APA, and this is what you would put in your references page or your works cited if it's MLA. And again, if you email it to yourself, you can also choose to include that in your email, just like in ProQuest. If you don't want to read the book in your browser, you can download it, but you'll have to sign in, and if you've never signed in, you have to create an account, and you can just create an account with your CBC email, and it's free to use as a student. Okay, so once you sign in, you can choose to borrow for up to 7 days, and it would basically download to your device for 7 days, and then after that it would disappear, and then you'd have to come back and download it again for 7 days. So that's an option for you as well. All right, let's go back to our results. So that was an ebook, and ProQuest is gonna be similar. You'll have to create an account in ProQuest and download the book, and then it would disappear after the lending time is over. Okay, so here's an academic journal. So we'll click on here. So here you have the PDF you can read. You have the different tools over here, like if you want to save it to Google Drive or print, email, save, all of those different things, just like we had in ProQuest. Sometimes in EBSCOhost, you won't have a PDF. You'll have HTML instead, and it looks a little different. So if you click there, if it's HTML, it's just going to be right here in the browser, and you can read it. But it also has this fun little tool that will read it for you, and you can change the accents, which I think is so fun. So like you can do an Australian accent, and then if you play it, it'll read it to you. I hope y'all could hear that. I can hear it on my end. hopefully you could hear it as well. Anyway, that's just a fun little tool that is available if it's in HTML full text. All right, so that's the basics of using our databases. Again, just play around with it. Come ask me if you have any questions, or Miss Rachel, we're both here and eager to help you. So like I said before, you have a virtual scavenger hunt to do. I'm going to show you the link here. You should also get a link from your instructor, I think, but just in case, this is the link. You will go here and it's a Google Doc or a Google form, and you'll just answer the questions, and then I'll be able to see when you do it, and then I'll let your instructor know. I hope you enjoyed learning about the library. You know, our library is different than most libraries. It's considered a noisy library, which means you don't have to whisper. You can eat and drink in here. We really want it to be kind of the hub of campus, and I think that's what it is. But we also have, you know, places for you to study. So just be respectful of the people around you, and we just can't wait to see you in here. So if you have any questions, just come see me or Miss Rachel, and we'll be happy to help you. And I look forward to seeing you. Thank y'all.